Yes, hi. Good afternoon. My name is John Oxley. I am a candidate, hopefully soon to be employee at Forrest Performance Group for the national sales training role. I was asked by Ms. Taylor Harvey to present something that I'm very passionate about. The one thing that I'm very passionate about is people development. And with that being said, I have developed my leadership principles, which I'm very, very passionate about, which I'd like to go over with you at this time. These are my leadership principles. I'm being videoed by my son, Jack Oxley, and directed by my other son, Andrew Oxley. But leadership is very, very important to me. A number of folks confuse management and leadership as one. Although there is some intertwining that takes place, there's a delicate balance between the both, and clearly there's a delineation. That delineation being that management is more administrative, more operational. Leadership is, and coaching is something that you lead people toward a team, toward a common vision. These leadership principles I've embedded in my business practices as well as my personal practices. So let's get started. The first thing is, from a leadership perspective, one of the things that I instill is setting very, very clear expectations. Define what the white lines are. Those are the non-negotiables, meaning you show up to work, you put in 110%, it gets back to that old adage that 211 degrees is hot water, 212 degrees is boiling. We want folks out there performing at 110%, giving it all they have when they're out in the field with their customers. As I mentioned, showing up to work on time, following the administrative guidelines, setting very, very clear expectations. Those are the white lines, which are non-negotiables. Outside that, you have the gray lines, where there's some flexibility, i.e., I have to cut out early today because I have family coming in from out of town, or I have to attend my child's T-shirt conference. That's fine, but when those become a daily habit, obviously we have a problem. So, but setting very, very clear expectations. Recognizing and rewarding performance, I think, is very, very important. Catching people doing the right things. We all too often catch people doing something that is substandard, and that's all they hear from a coach or a manager, is what they're doing wrong. Catch them doing something right, reward them right away, recognize them right away, and confront substandard performance. There is nothing worse than hitting an employee over the head with a stick at a performance review where that behavior or substandard performance could have been dealt with a lot earlier. So deal with the substandard performance. Let the employee know right away, the team member know right away that it's substandard, and coach them and lead them on how to change that behavior. Something I'm very, very passionate about is, as I mentioned earlier, is the development of people. I'm a strong believer that you stretch people, not stress them, but you stretch them to fulfill their potential. If people aren't stretched, they don't know what their potential is. So really making certain they have a very tight developmental action plan, which includes not only strengths, but things they can improve on, is important. And live diversity. Diversity, not just gender, ethnicity, but social style. Making certain you have people with different sets of lenses on your team. Surround yourself with different people that are different than you. If you have a true diverse team, I truly believe that any barriers that faces within the team can be answered by others. Which leads me to my next point, which is teamwork. The answers are within the team mentality. That is that I have an open door policy. People can come to me at any time. One thing that I'm going to ask, the first thing that I'm going to ask is, who did you talk to on the team? Because if you truly have a diverse team, someone on that team who has a different set of lenses, a different way of approaching a situation, probably has the answer that he or she did not think of. So I really push, that's one of the ways that I foster teamwork. Situationally lead. I live by the platinum rule. As many of you know, the golden rule is treat others the way you would want to be treated, you would want to be treated. The platinum rule is treat others the way they want to be treated. Coach others the way they want to be coached. Situationally lead. There's not a one flavor way of coaching individuals. Each individual likes to be coached differently. And with that being said, when you're coaching individuals, make sure you're explaining the what, the whys, and the hows. Here's what the situation is, here's why, and here's how you might want to think about approaching a given situation or barrier that you're up against. With that being said, spend most of your time on whys. Why is it important? And tie that back to the motivators. I have a sheet here which is a motivator sheet that I give individuals when I hire them, and that basically lays out a roadmap as it relates to what motivates individuals. And it's probably not surprising, but most salespeople are motivated by recognition, money, and opportunity for promotion. So you tie back to why. The whys is why is it important that you make X amount of calls per day? What's in it for them? You tie it back to their motivators. Because then you take compliance, meaning checking the box, to commitment. They're going to do it when you're not there because they see the benefit to the situation and what it means to them. Instill a no barrier attitude, meaning there's more than one way to skin a cat, for lack of better terms. Again, if you're leveraging the diversity on the team, there's different approaches that you can take to overcome the barrier. However, at the same time, keep in mind, control what you can control. There's certain things that are beyond your control, i.e. The regulations. I come from the pharmaceutical industry. It's highly regulated. There's white and black. It's either white or black. There's no gray lines, so to speak. So things are very laid out, very much laid out on what you can and what you can't do. So that's very important to keep in mind, is you do everything and approach barriers by playing by the rules and the regulations. The other thing is fostering above-the-line behaviors. Above-the-line behaviors with no compromises. There's a book here called The Oz Principle that has really resonated with me, and I foster and instill that in all my team members and even at home. And that is seeing an issue or barrier or problem, owning it, take ownership and accountability around it, solving it and doing it. Those are what they call above the line behaviors. Below the line behaviors would be, it's not my job, or it's his or her fault. Tell me what I'm supposed to do and I'll do it. Those are more below the line. Everyone drops below the line at any given point, but the main thing is what separates top performers is they realize when they're below the line and do everything that they can to get above the line. Approach opportunities through the eyes of the customer. Provide answers that matter to them versus us. Too many times as sales individuals, we go in and we tell the customer what we think they want to hear versus putting the lens of the customer on, putting yourself in the shoes of the customer, and really listening. listening to their what needs and their needs and concerns, and making certain that you're able to demonstrate how your product or your service can be of value to them to help take care of their problems or concerns. So approach your customer through the eyes of the customer, and provide answers that matter to them versus answers that matter to yourself. That's very important. Model prudence and intellect in decision making. Make sure everything is aligned with the goals of the territory, the district or the region, and the company in general. And I have here what I call the pyramid of alignment, which looks at, the company has their critical success factors. The region has their critical success factors, which should be, the district should align to the region, and then the territory has their critical success factors. One of the things that I do with every team, which drives teamwork as well, because everyone has skin in the game, so to speak, is I have the team go through what I call a SWOT analysis, which is what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities, what are the threats. We package those and bundle those, then we come up with critical success factors. And in this case, when it's in the pharmaceutical industry, the 5 that stuck out were growing our people, winning culture, growing performance, growing operational effectiveness, grow customer service and raving fans, and win by rules, win by sticking to compliance. And from those critical success factors, we have an action plan. And I have I've rolled out, this is, in this case is for the region, a quarterly action plan that is updated on a monthly basis. And basically the green means it was accomplished, the yellow highlight means it's on the brink of being accomplished, and the red is not accomplished. And I update this, and each district has their own quarterly plan, which again, the pillars are aligned with the critical success factors, which come from the SWOT analysis, which is aligned to the region as well as the corporate objectives. So you gain total alignment. And alignment is key, because if people are going in different directions and not knowing, gets back to setting clear expectations. This is a roadmap for helping set those clear expectations. Foster an external competitive mindset, one that embraces and aligns to compliance. And I keep talking about compliance because I'm a big believer in being ethical, playing by the rules, winning by the rules. So in your decision making, make certain that you are demonstrating prudence and intellect in your decision making. So do what's right. Foster a competitive mindset. I got off track there, but foster a competitive mindset that embraces and aligns to compliance, as I mentioned. Our competitors, or a district or region or a company's competitor, is not within that district or region or corporation. It is the true competitor, the other company. No competition among themselves, because 1 + 1 = 3. And if you have the teamwork and you have that competitive mindset, the mindset is that your competitor is another organization that may have a similar product as yours, you're set. But to have competitiveness among teams, within teams, is a real danger, and can cause a team to lose its cohesiveness, its teamwork, and its drive. Prepare, persevere, and win. I'm a big believer in preparing, when you succeed in your preparation, you're really preparing to succeed. And preparation is key. It all starts with good preparation. You see it in professional athletes, the practice that they put in, that does not change as it relates to a business model. You want to make certain that you're always preparing. Preparation, preparation, preparation. You're only as good as you practice. So, and prepare. So, persevere and win. If there's an opportunity to capitalize on an opportunity today versus the next visit with a customer, do it today. That sense of urgency is very, very important. The sense of urgency, the customer feels it, the people around you feel it. So my recommendation is when you're coaching a team, you instill the mentality that you capitalize on opportunities today. Not tomorrow, not next visit, but today. So hopefully this outlines something that's very near and dear to me, and that is my leadership principles. And again, leadership and management, there's a delicate balance there. There's some intertwining that takes place, but you want your team sharing in a common goal, whether that be on the business side or personal side, at home. It's all about engagement, making sure everyone's engaged, everyone's aligned, everyone's accountable, and foster that, and there's proven success. So thank you for your time. Hopefully this video helps. I want to thank my son, Jack Oxley, who videoed me, and my son, Andrew Oxley, who's back there directing his other brother. But thank you, and hopefully I'll be speaking to you very soon. Thank you.